Hey there, welcome to Board Game Barrister, our local game shop in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is Tuesday, and that means we are about to play a game of Switch and Signal, a game about trains where we're not trying to steal each other's routes, we're trying to work together to get cargo to Marseille. I'm here with my fellow barristers, Elizabeth, Gordon, and Ian. If you're coming from the Impressions video, that is awesome. Welcome to the full playthrough, and if not, you can go watch the Impressions video right now, skip forward to the future. We're going to jump right into it with some rules. Welcome to Switch and Signal, a train path building game where we're going to try to get all of the cargo from Nuremberg, Berlin, Amsterdam, and Paris down to the port city of Marseille before time runs out. To do that, we're going to have to get trains into those cargo cities, load up the cargo, and then move them down through these train routes all the way to the port city. Our time is limited by this deck of time cards, and once that runs out, the game ends on us. And at the beginning of every player's turn, they will draw the top card on that deck and resolve its effects, which might deploy more trains around the outside of the board, or make you move trains, or both. Now the challenge here is that if there are trains that are stuck at red lights that don't have a green signal in front of them, if there are trains that are stuck behind other trains and can't move, or if there are trains that are stuck at switches that aren't organized for them to move through, that means we're going to lose additional time tokens because of those delays, and once we run out of those time tokens, then we start to lose time cards as well. So it falls to us to use the cards in our hands during our turn. We can play as many as we want to either move signals around from one place to another so that trains can move through them, to reorganize those switches so that a train has a path through them and we can organize it for the path we want, or to move trains and get them out of the way of other trains. If we can get all 8 cargo tokens down to Marseille before we get through the last card in that time deck, then we win. Alright, the person among us who most recently waited for a train and therefore our first player is Elizabeth, but before we flip her time card and begin, hit that subscribe button. You get to see all of our Tuesday tables when we post them and our play-along tutorials, all that good stuff. Alright, shall we?
Yep.
The first thing to happen will be, wow, play 3 trains. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's nice of them to let us play the game.
Alright. Well, sweet.
I guess we roll dice, right?
Where would you like to play trains? Oh, yeah, it's randomized.
We have to place them first, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, roll the
dice.
2 beige ones for the number of the city.
Roll those
These
beautiful
ones?
bean
Yes.
dice.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Beige.
Made it.
Oh,
All right.
10?
Black train to 10.
Black to tan.
Fast train.
Oh, they're numerals.
It's in
in
Vienna.
Vienna.
Somehow
Yep.
I forgot that.
Yo.
Sausages. 7. Nope,
8?
8.
8.
Up here in
These are
Morstack.
do we call these brick red?
So the rulebook calls them black, brown, and gray.
Ah, that's
Brown.
the most boring
10
set of
again.
colors
Oh,
you
no.
could have
We do?
chosen.
That's...
No, we lose a time token.
What?
And we just don't get to place it.
We just don't get to place it.
Ah,
No,
we're
no.
terrible planners already.
Oh, no.
I really wanted them to be like silver,
Or
copper, bronze,
Yeah,
but no.
there we
Might
go.
be 2, but I think it's only 1.
Jet black.
Man, we can't manage our trains at
That's
all.
2 time tokens.
What?
Oof.
That's a horrible start to the game
It's an
here.
unfortunate
Yeah.
Are we
scenario.
playing the
And
game
10
or is the
someone
game
that's
playing
super
us? Am I
unlikely
right?
to get 10 too. Like, it's not 7 or 6 or 5 or 8.
All right. Get us out of this.
Yep.
Alright, so. Boy, the brown train and the black train are both gonna pick up in Berlin.
Yep. Well, this one's good though.
Well, the other one's reasonably good.
On
It's
it.
just
Yeah.
one can get in and not out. One can get close but not in.
And the black train's a fast boy.
Yes, he is.
All right.
Do you have a
Two
a signal?
Oh yeah, I got
Okay.
a switch,
yeah,
2
you
signals,
got a green light
and
there.
some
Okay.
all color move.
Okay, well,
I mean, I think you should move this in.
I think you move the brown one in because that's wide open.
Yeah.
So I use my
Could move that one too if you have a second move, but
Well,
I
I wouldn't
yeah.
do that till after you move the signal.
because I need a signal to get out, but I'm gonna stop first,
Good roll of 5.
right?
Lose your
Yeah.
time.
could, but
So I'd use a movement card.
Mhm.
Where are we doing discards?
doesn't. Yeah, over here, son. I got the deck over here.
Roll for it,
Yep. Brown. Nice.
Nice.
and then I have to discard to load him.
Correct.
All right, I'll discard this to load him.
All right. We discarding the green. We're loading.
That's great. That's perfect. We got it.
Unbalanced load. Unbalanced load.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
I can
Wait,
throw.
can you swap this guy and get a green on the?
No. not gonna be able to see.
Do you have a green light?
Yeah,
Oh.
I can switch the.
I have tons of green lights, so I might end up double discarding some of these to do other stuff. But I do have a train move as well and a switch swap. Switch swap.
Ian on dispatch.
Do we want him to come? This is fairly open
Yeah,
through
send it.
here.
Yeah.
Send it.
So I'm gonna green light through to here.
Alright, we're not gonna move black. Alright. Oh, I can move black, I guess. Yeah, I'll move black.
All right, and then am I allowed to move him again
Yeah.
on this turn?
Send it.
Get him out of there.
All right,
It's actually a good
let's-
idea.
Let's get him
Nice.
on.
All right.
Underway.
Perfectly loaded load.
Nice.
4.
Get in.
1.
1, 2.
Oh, no.
No,
what
we
are you
didn't
thinking?
do looking.
What were we doing? We lose
Yeah.
the time.
So what do we lose? Two
times.
tokens?
2.
Because it was
'Cause
two
it was
moves
two
we couldn't
movement.
make.
Alright, we suck
All
at this
right.
game.
Ah.
Sorry.
We're paying attention.
First turn.
And draw
Stop
5.
doing stuff.
Draw
Listen,
5.
that's
All right, drop
1 of
5.
8 tokens halfway home. Call it halfway.
All right.
This
We're
should be our
basically-
this should be our practice game.
Next one.
Yeah.
All right. Place a train. I will take the double dice here.
What color are you gonna place?
Ooh. Gray's slow.
Yep.
I'll get a gray out there.
All right.
Yeah. On a 5. Over here. Whoop. All right, and then go any train. Oh no, gray train
move
goes.
the gray
Oh,
train.
that makes sense. Why I went gray.
That's a great move there.
1.
Get to Paris
Get out there.
someday.
Shoot.
Someday soon.
All right. So I think I got what I'm gonna do. So first thing, I'm gonna put a green light on this guy from Africa.
All right.
All right. So that way we don't die there.
Where was that? This was here? That was there?
Yeah,
Okay.
way over
Yeah.
there, yonder.
We're never using
Then
that.
I'm going to do green light Berlin,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to do a train move for the black.
Nice.
Get him into Berlin and get that other red cube. Heck yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay,
Ew.
where do we want him to come? Do we want him to follow behind?
He
gonna
can,
rear-end
but you better move that
Gonna
brown.
bump him the whole way home.
What? Move what brown? Oh, I can't move the brown.
Okay.
I can do a bunch of moving.
Kind of want to discard just to load.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it then. I could also move my
Start the
green
gray
light.
moving toward
Yeah.
Paris.
I could move that green light too, if you guys want,
It'd be good.
to open Paris.
'Cause we're pretty sure we want him.
So I can either open Paris or open Berlin.
Well, right now, so loading up the black is going to be good,
Yep.
but if black moves, he's going to go right back to Vienna.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so I
I
should move
can.
the green.
I mean, I can. If I choose to move him on my turn, I
But we
can
might
get him
get-
another green light.
We might get that.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna move,
You're right.
and gray's slow, so we should be pretty safe for that to move up to the red light. So I'm just gonna open up Berlin, and then I'm probably gonna follow behind brown.
You could also
It's
just put him
risky.
through Nuremberg. That's not a bad
Nuremberg?
route. You'd have
Go
to
through
take one
Nuremberg?
extra stop, but he's a black train.
I don't mind it. It's safer. Well, I mean it's horse piece.
'Cause
Well, this is
otherwise,
2
How are we
spots.
gonna get Brown out of his way? Because
You're
if
not.
Black's
You-
behind
you-
Brown the entire way, we're losing time constantly,
You're
right?
just going to
All
have to
right,
really
we go
try.
through Nuremberg then. Nuremberg. Oh, I could go. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna discard to load.
Nice. Boom! It's in the cranes that bring it over to the train.
How's the warehouse doing?
Good. We're moving freight. It's quick paced. It's quick
You know,
paced.
this is. Yeah.
All right, that's a turn.
It's just aesthetic to have your boxes intact when you get it moved. All right. Hey, good
moving a
planning,
black turn?
everybody.
Oh, God, roll
good
low.
planning.
Maybe those loads weren't palletized.
I'm rolling both at once. I decided.
Yes.
Hey.
We didn't blow up.
All
We
that
gotta
red
swap
cargo.
the switch.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
run into.
Where do we want? Yeah, we want them to come through.
I can definitely throw some switches, but it's gonna be a
We
lot
need a
of
green light on.
Oh, so I want a green light to Paris.
Green light to
I'm
Nuremberg.
pretty happy with. Oh, he's got to get into
Yeah.
Nuremberg. Yeah, that's more important than Paris. Deal. You got a deal. We could leave the other route open too and move him right through.
You can take the one that's just behind
Oh, yeah?
the brown because we're not going to need that right
We're
now.
not shipping anything out of Berlin right now, or this guy.
But if you get
Riskier.
something
If
else,
we
Yeah.
spawn a train there.
True. True.
Yeah.
riskier.
Since we like rolling 10s.
I already rolled two
apparently.
10s.
That's true. It's very unlikely.
We spawn a train
statistically.
there. We just give up on it forever, right? That's a terrible place for a train. Berlin's empty. There's no cargo.
Yeah.
Who invited you?
It would come through Nuremberg to pick up the white.
That's true.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Okay. This switch is for black train. No, for brown train.
I guess statistically,
Yep.
they would spawn there.
Oh, I could
That's what I was
start
saying, is it's super
moving
unlikely.
stuff. I could move brown train.
Yeah.
I could move black train. It's got a fair amount of open. I could move gray train. Let's move gray train
Great
first.
train. Send it. Slow boy. Get him going.
Yeah.
3.
Hey, that's more than I expected from you.
Yes.
No, not-
Oh,
No.
no, it's terrible.
Burn a time.
Who didn't let me green light Paris?
I think, yeah.
We're doing horrible.
There's a lot of, I'm going to do this,
That's
and
probably
then
fine.
we don't pause to double check it.
I mean,
Well,
I mean, there's a lot. to
fine,
look
I'm just
at.
gonna.
What happens when we run out of time tokens?
We
Then
lose
we
one
lose-
card,
A card, okay.
and then we get all our time tokens back.
Can you green light Paris now or no?
No.
I can do all things.
All right. I get to deploy
Any train
any train.
and move.
I'm going to deploy a brown.
All of any
Give
color.
me some dice.
Round. Sorry, here's the dice.
Okay.
We should just pass those with the sign.
Yep.
Okay, brown to 9.
Super unlikely.
That's not real great.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Don't move it.
Don't move browns.
And then I have to move.
1.
All of any color of your choice.
It's black for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's all trains. I think it's all of any color.
You pick one.
That's what it is.
Well, it's safe to move black
All
because
of any
black
color of
has
your
to
choice.
halt in Nuremberg. Is that true?
No, it's got
Yeah.
it's
It'll
open.
go.
I thought that all trains had to stop in all major
Only if they're
cities.
all red.
So, the interpretation we went over this
Okay.
was that it says you have to stop in the one rule is it has to stop in good cities in the port city. If movement points would take you further than this, you don't lose any time tokens. But it doesn't. But then on the dispatcher, it lets you move through as if everything was green, and you can stop only if you want to. So I guess I didn't read all of the examples to see if there was some other.
Ruling.
I don't see that on an example. So the way that I was interpreting that is that when you are coming into a good city, the presumption on that main rule is that you came in through a green switch and everything else was red. So you're going to stop there and not burn anything. But here, you can just truck right on through. You're not going to, I mean, he wasn't going to pick anything up.
Because it states pretty clearly you have to stop, and that's like a tool you can use, like right
Correct.
now.
So you could,
To put the brakes on the black
You could.
train. Yeah.
but I don't want to put the brakes on the black train. I want the black train to be trucking.
All right.
So I don't. I mean, that it's the interplay between
Yeah.
this rule and then the dispatcher on the next one that leads me to believe that
There's a May in there somewhere.
yeah.
I'm upset about the gray train situation.
I mean, the dispatcher very specifically, the bold part is you may move through any city as if all signals are set to green. Move through are the first two bolded words. So I feel like she turns off the stop in cities rule. And then you may still stop in a city if that fits better with your planning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
She removes
Syntax
that rule.
is a
I-
real bear.
I was taking that to mean treat all signals everywhere. But do we think that's actually all signals only in cities?
Your
All
trains
signals
may move
in its
through
movement
any
path.
city as if
Yeah,
all signals are
cities
set to
only.
green.
Okay,
So she
okay.
only touches
Alright.
cities and
Okay.
says,
So it's
Okay.
got to stop in Nuremberg.
"Open the cities, let
And
the
it-
trains through."
And it also
Okay.
has no bearing on switches.
Yep.
It's signals only.
Right.
Nuremberg.
All right. I'm
just
gonna
like saying-
move brown.
Yep.
I'm gonna get
Brown.
Browns.
That
Do you have a green
die,
light?
that's not great. Yeah, 3's gonna
Because
make.
you can move
No,
Berlin.
no, I don't get to play any cards yet. Yeah,
No.
brown's a bad choice.
Yeah,
It's
I
gotta
don't-
be
Black.
black. Black's the only choice.
It is
Yep.
the only choice.
I mean, it doesn't
Yep.
matter what we think. It's the only choice.
Yep.
5, and you're just gonna go to
Yeah.
Nuremberg and stop. Okay.
I didn't drop. Excuse me.
Okay. I can't move any trains.
Oof.
Not without some discards. But I can set some things. So I am going to. That brown is unlikely to hit that, but the black might. So I'm going to set that switch there. Black now has a clear rate
Except for
almost
Except
to
for
mark.
that.
Oh, except for
And
that.
that.
Okay.
But this is also bad, so if you're...
Right, so
this
we're
is
going to take
worse.
that, put you to there.
Yeah.
That gives a nice
This is
opening
real
there.
bad, too, if you
I've
roll
got 2
gray.
more green lights, so.
That's a guaranteed time loss if we roll gray.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
somewhere to
really
go
the
now.
only problem, but it's, yeah.
I've got
Yeah, and that's a
I've got
problem.
green.
All right, so I'm going to discard those 2 to open that up.
Nice.
Discard
it's
2
not bad.
lets you
Do anything.
Do anything.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, at
Yeah.
least everything's open now.
So the only problem we have is if we somehow have to double move
Yeah.
brown into
Yeah.
there, but he's got more than his die should handle.
Mm-hmm.
Black's got a clear way all the way through.
Here eventually.
And
but
this has
that's
got a
it.
straight shot
yeah,
into
yeah,
Nuremberg
but-
to pick up white, too.
Great.
So we got 2 trains coming from the east to Marseille. We got to get that light moved to the east, but then we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Elizabeth. Oh, yeah, shit, timer.
As we shall now
That's
call
one.
it.
So
Sleep timer.
pick a color and pick a color.
Yep.
And that's movement only, no
Alright.
placement.
Brown.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
So
Yeah.
do why I can pick any 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
We're the same one twice, presumably.
I feel like we should definitely move black and brown.
Yep.
I like it.
All right, let's start with black, and then I'll make the second decision for sure.
Sure.
It depends on whether that black clears the switch or not.
Yeah.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh.
All right, brown.
Whoa.
1, 2 into Berlin. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
Hey, what's
That's a spicy meatball right there. Double trains into switches, which is real
Now
bad.
is time to prove ourselves.
Move black. If you can move black, then swap the switch. It's huge.
Well, we got to get that signal into Marseille first, though.
All right, so I can
yeah,
do
sure.
any of these things. I can throw a switch, I can change a signal, and I can move any color. I
No
can,
green
All
lights.
right.
should I just start?
Because you should green light Marseille.
I should green light
green
and
light's
then
tough.
move black.
Yeah.
Sure. That sounds
That's
great.
the right play for sure.
Green light, move black, then open.
Then open
for the
switch, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna green light Marseille
All
from
Itself.
Oh, just from
Yeah.
itself. Then I'm going to move black.
All right. Nice.
Oh,
We don't lose time when we land in Marseille, right?
that's an auto on
You
the
don't lose
road.
time in any city, I don't
Nice.
think, when you land.
For movement.
Yep.
Amazing.
Nice.
Okay.
Now we need to
I'm
flip a
gonna
switch.
throw the switch at
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Kierna or whatever.
You have to go towards, yeah, unfortunately, but that's still
Okay.
Gachinza.
Now, which way do we want the Berlin train to go?
into Nuremberg to get white.
Okay, so
Nuremberg.
nothing needs to be flipped except for this later.
Yeah.
All right. So shall I move gray into Paris?
Or you could move browns,
One
because we
brown.
get double brown.
You in a roll
Yeah.
brown?
Oh, it doesn't move both?
It moves one train.
Okay.
The cards.
All right, interesting.
What
I
moves-
guess it's a horse apiece then.
What moves one train?
The
Playing
cards.
playing a card lets you move one train.
And these move
Oh.
all of a color.
All of a
okay.
color.
All right.
Yeah,
that
Oh, I
makes
didn't
sense.
realize.
So that's where you can try and time out. So like if we were to get a brown, that brown moves double trains, which can be very efficient for us. So that's one of the elements of thinking about how you want to time this and how efficient you want to be. Because you get a gray, it's going to move one train.
Yeah.
Or we can play a card, it's going to move one train. But you got to think about where these guys are going to stack up, not knowing what's going to show up.
So I can spend a card to move the gray into Paris, but if you draw,
It's fine to go backwards for gray, kind of, as long as that switch is going that way.
Well, I would consider if you can move gray into Paris, move it into Paris, and then if you
Pick
can
up.
move the signal, move the signal.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, and that way, and then it's got a way out,
Then it's got.
and it's just going to be on the.
We kind of want it to go back this way, don't we?
I mean, it can go this way.
It's got a pretty direct route there.
It
That's
just
true.
needs some
True.
green.
Hmm.
It's not
We also need to pick up, which requires a discard.
True.
Which I can also do. It's just gonna burn my last card. That's all.
Okay. That sounds good then. Move
I mean-
gray in, swap the green, and then pick up.
Because to send it back the way it came, I need to switch this signal, switch this signal.
Yeah, I see.
Or
I see
excuse
what
me,
you're saying.
throw that switch,
Yeah.
and throw that switch, and throw that switch.
Yuck.
This is a much cleaner route.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna move gray, then I'm gonna change the light, and then I'm gonna discard to pick up,
Okay.
or whatever. All right, rolling for gray. 1.
Perfect.
I will change the signal to, we said here,
Yep.
discard to pick up.
Ah.
It made it in
Too
straight.
nice.
All right. Any
Gray.
one train moving?
Great.
That's a
That's
gray.
move gray.
Oh,
Let's
gray.
move
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Gray is sketching me out. All right, gray coming.
So good call on getting
One.
gray.
All right. This is why we got to start on
Slow
gray
train.
as early as possible.
All right. Okay. So I can move trains, and I can signals, and I can greens. I think I want to move brown.
Okay.
Kind of want to get this white one going, but I also could see sending that.
The fact that we got hosed on that one deployment really hurts now because we're just moving fewer trains.
The first,
True.
yeah, the first one really. I mean, it is what it is.
But to be fair, we would not have organized ourselves well enough.
Yeah, it would have been real bad. All right. Well, first
We
thing I'm
couldn't
gonna
handle the
do.
2 trains we did.
Something would have crashed by now.
Yeah.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this guy down here.
Okay.
3. 1, 2. Feels bad.
At the gates.
I could do it again. Don't want to.
It's not like we have a rush on this light or anything.
Right.
No,
I can certainly.
that's all fine.
Take care
But
of
if you can get your, one of the things you got to think about is that we want to get Nuremberg onto that Berlin train such that
Yeah.
it doesn't get forcibly moved
Through the
past
city.
Nuremberg.
All right. All right. Nice. Nope.
Is it?
Well, it's gonna have to stop, right?
Well, now
I'm
if
just gonna discard
we
2
have
to
browns
roll it
now.
again. Sweet. And then discard my last one to put a
Alright.
thing in.
It's loaded.
Got it.
Loaded up.
It's in. It's in. All right. Drop 5.
It's our logistics guy.
Whoa, we're doing everything.
And remember, we have our
First.
special helpers here.
Oh, I get to choose the train.
Yep.
Probably want black, and we probably want to hope that they can move for Amsterdam fast, because that's a ways away from Marseilles.
4.
Nope.
4. How about
Fine.
Nantes?
Yikes. I guess.
It's not that bad. I'd like
Nantes.
to get it up there.
I actually don't know how to pronounce that city.
Okay, black's move.
3.
3. We only have the 1 now. Luckily, I wasn't foolish enough to choose a place it couldn't move 3, but almost lost this time there.
You didn't choose.
Oh,
a
I didn't
place.
choose it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I suppose,
the
but I
dice
could have chose
for you.
a slow train to be safe, I suppose.
But then you don't get a black move at all
Who needs safety?
because you're asking.
Yeah, you're right. And
Gray.
then Gray keeps trucking.
No.
Yep, we're gonna get there. Shouldn't they be able to hold 2 cargo if they're gonna move at a snail's pace?
It's the teapot.
Come on. It's the
Teapot's gonna hold
200-year-old train that we still have on the line for some reason. Okay, that's my time card. Nothing went terribly awry. But I got some stuff I gotta do. First, I gotta get a light out in front of this black train.
Yeah.
And it's probably...
Berlin.
Yep, that sounds great.
Probably out of Berlin.
Yeah. Man,
That
that's
way
such
if
a
we get
bummer to
a-
just plan around one number, but yeah. It's fine. Here you go. Don't crash.
We just gotta get Gray through that
Yeah, I've got to get.
that switch before
Yeah,
the
sure.
black train comes along.
Probably happy to just let this come up on a time
Yeah.
card. That's not a big concern right now.
Yeah,
I
it's
can do
mostly
tons of stuff,
moving
so-
gray through is
Yeah,
the big
let's
deal.
do a gray
this
move.
Gray, yeah.
Here it goes.
Yes!
Yeah!
Look at him go.
It clears both of the switches, thank goodness.
Alright. I could get a light out in front of Gray, but it's going to be 3 years before he needs it.
Well, I think you want to throw. You've got to throw the switch
Sure. Yeah.
in Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Are we sending them? Yeah,
So
send
the-
them up.
To this.
I can
So-
rearrange it any way I'd like.
Yeah.
and we want him in Paris.
Do you want him in Paris,
Amsterdam.
or do you want to send him to Nuremberg?
Oh, crud.
Oh,
Because sending him to Nuremberg,
Nuremberg.
if all you have to do is move that signal, and otherwise you can follow the same path that we're going to send
I think the black trains we
brown
should
Yeah,
get
but
to the faraway cities.
The
Yeah, send
chances
him to
that we'll
Amsterdam.
spawn another train up here are much higher than well, maybe not
I
much
almost want him in
higher.
Amsterdam.
It's not our
Well, we have a
Amsterdam
black
for
train.
sure. Yep.
It's so far to go.
out of the way.
Getting out of
But like,
Paris.
what's better? We could roll a 6 or a 7. That's not better.
I guess those are.
He's already
so
there, right?
close to Paris, though.
But
And this is real bad. Like, coming
Something else will
to
get-
Amsterdam through 7 is.
well,
horrible.
listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from Amsterdam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from Paris.
Right.
Let me put it
But-
that way.
Two switch moves and a signal move, one switch move and a signal move. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
I like the Amsterdam plan.
And then when he comes from Amsterdam, he still has to then make his way back down, right?
So does every other train we send there.
But my point is that here he's using the same route that you're sending these other trains down. So all you have to do is
Ready-made.
once he gets into Nuremberg, the switch is already going to be thrown. These signals are already open. He can just come right
And then we
right
just
on his way
solve
I
down.
mean,
the
that
new
clears a
problem.
lot of the easy problems we have in front of us, but doesn't tackle the problem one while we have a black train on our hands. Like, if we roll a 7 gray, he's never getting home. He's got to go so far to get to Amsterdam.
Yeah,
and
not
then,
not knowing
Well,
what,
but there's going to be more trains coming.
I mean, we don't know what kind or where, so we can either solve the problem in front of us now, or solve a different problem.
I'm
later.
calling time. Andy makes the call.
Yep, Andy's got to make the call.
Call.
Oh,
time.
wanna.
It's an iron horse apiece.
All right. So I already moved a. Did I already
So
move a
good.
switch? No, this is the card I played.
Yeah, you're deciding if you want to move this in which way.
Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I go that way,
You're gonna flip 2 other
it's more
switches. though.
cards, but yeah, I know. Because the alternative is to go up through Brussels. Well, I'm gonna pull them
Yeah.
up toward Paris, Amsterdam for now,
Yeah.
and then people can decide based on their hands whether to let them just coast for Paris or go for Amsterdam.
That's the right play. That's the right play.
No, it is not.
It is.
It's 100% wrong.
Nuremberg has access from
Yep.
countless
Lots of places.
Me
Yeah.
pulling from 4 to get to Nuremberg.
Yeah, it's sketchy.
Like, is our plan to close all of these at some point? Why would we close them ever? They're going to be open for the rest of the game, right?
Yep.
Because Berlin's already empty. So I don't think the one black train going through there.
I think picking up
Makes sense
cargo
to
in
me.
Amsterdam is always the problem.
I'm
Yep.
sure. I can imagine that.
I mean, it should be easy because you should be rolling a lot of 6, 7s, and 8s. But
There's just no city that is actually close to it.
Well, there's
Like,
no.
this is 2 away.
It's not on the way to anything.
This is 2 away. Every other city has a number that has access to it easily. You have to actively think about, how do we get something to Amsterdam? Because nothing feeds into Amsterdam.
I mean, 7 feeds into
6
Amsterdam.
and
No,
7.
it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4 with, what, 3
And
switches
1, 2,
and a
3,
light
4,
in the way?
5.
you know,
This one has a city you have to stop in, a light, a switch, a light to get to Amsterdam. This is a light.
I mean,
Yeah.
my point is that 7 is 4 away from 2 cities, both Amsterdam and Berlin, and it's very similar for both of them. So your 7 is going to take you to Amsterdam. That's just where you're going to send it.
But if we roll a gray on 7, so 7's common, but if we roll a gray on 7, that's our train, that's our guy. That's so far for that gray train to go. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Now I'm deciding whether or not to just... No, he's not clear for Amsterdam yet. But... Can I erase this?
yeah,
Pull that?
because we have one on the bottom. Yeah.
So
Longest
Gordy, you
turn
were suggesting
ever.
to just use the Munich route for basically everything.
I'm not. That is more than what I said. I said it is open now,
Yeah.
and this is what we have now. So therefore, you should use that now.
Instead of trying to plan for the
Because
future
we don't
time.
know what we're going to get here, and any train cards we're going to play only are going to move one train. And so if it turns out that we've got to be using that, like, if we have to, we're only going to get so many cards to play. And so if we're using those cards to move the black more times than we need to, that means that our grays are definitely not going to get anywhere because we probably needed to use these to move grays. So we're going to run out of the ability to move trains.
Interesting. Just from a resources.
Just from a resource perspective, yeah. And so by sending the train in the route that requires the least number of cards to play, we reserve the resources to use when we have a different problem to solve later. And we don't know what the different problem is going to be, but we have
keep money in the pocket to deal
right.
with it. Then.
But we have made the future problems more complicated by choosing.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Huh?
Well, we don't know what that future. But we are setting ourselves up for a specific type of future problem, where that specific type of future problem is gray trains getting us clogged up. But if it's other versions of future problems that we're not considering, we've made them more complicated by not taking the one that's obviously in front of us.
Well, if Black went through and grabbed Nuremberg, and our next 2 trains were here, then we're not happy.
Wasted,
Whereas
yeah.
this keeps our options open, which I think is the most important part. Because if we have 1 token left on all 3 of these cities, anywhere a train spawns, we're not.
Right, and that
Heartbroken.
is an assessment. I make the opposite assessment of saying that I'm not trying to keep my options open.
Sure.
I want to solve the one that I can solve.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, what do we got? I got to I've got to move gray and I've got to move black.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move that gray 2, 1, 2. I got to move black. 2.
All right, so
1,
gray
2.
is staring down a red signal, FYI.
Correct. All right.
The brown train has not coasted into Marseille yet, strangely.
Nope. And gray actually needs 2 signals.
In
But
the
the
next
gray-
3 or 4
But
turns.
the gray die only has 1 3 on its
Yeah.
die, but it's got a bunch of 2s, so it's pretty likely to burn something in there.
Yeah.
The main things that have to happen this turn is loading black train and saving gray.
Yeah, but
everything else you can
but
choose.
where am I moving? What is black
comes
train?
back down, dude?
So
Like, just come back out the same way you came. Swap
Or-
1 switch and you've got a straight shot with gray.
but it's got to get
same route.
gray has to get it out of its way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
problem.
mean, that's likely. We have a lot
I
of
mean,
spaces.
I have options in my hand. I can throw 2 switches. I can
Like,
move
we
2
already had this
trains.
open, like, to pick up Amsterdam and come back out. Because gray followed that route.
All right.
The question is,
Okay, so then I'm gonna
our
move a signal. I'm gonna take that out of the other side of Amsterdam.
Seems good.
Fair, yeah. Or you could take this one, but
I'm gonna put
That's
that
first piece.
here.
okay.
I'm gonna load up black. I'm gonna open back up that switch.
Yep.
question is, black gonna run into gray
No.
if we can't get brown to unload first,
And get another light here.
or
Yeah.
steal from somewhere
Yeah, we
else.
can take a light
I've
from
got a
wherever.
green light.
Yeah, we can
Where
green
can we
light
take it
both.
from here?
Sure. Or here.
From what we
Actually, no, not
what
that
we've
one.
got at any rate. All right, so
The question is, at the top of my turn, if I flip over a gray move or a black move, is that going to screw us in any way before?
no, right
Okay.
now that's all fine.
It's fine, okay.
Like I said, the main problems were load that, get that green, and everything else Gordon can do whatever. Maybe
Right.
getting this moved is okay for this guy coming out, but
Sure, that switch needs
He's
to
a
get
little
through.
ways away.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty safe. Like, it's pretty safe.
I can do that.
Because this die literally goes to 4.
You could also let Elizabeth do that because it can't roll to 4 or 5.
Yeah, he would literally, if he rolls 4, that's his highest move, so.
Right. So, like I said, you can do pretty much whatever you want. With known information, that's the best. That's the best play beyond moving more trains.
I can move
Like you can move
that.
gray.
Well, I don't want to move gray because I don't have
because you
that
need the
signal.
green light. Yeah, you need the
Right,
green
so
light.
I don't want to get him caught into there because if I move him, he's going to
Yeah.
be right on the threshold of that.
So then, yeah, your best play is to swap that open.
And we don't have the option to ever spawn a train ourselves. It
Correct.
only gets
Yeah,
spawned from there.
Correct.
That's a kicker.
I'm not.
Oh, we have special
shy
buddies.
on
Don't
those.
forget, we have special buddies.
Special buddies.
I'm gonna.
Yes,
I think I'm
okay.
gonna move black. And
The only risk is the double roll of 5 on black.
We have a reroll.
yeah,
We also
well,
have
don't
a stop.
move
Yeah,
trains.
don't move
We
trains.
have
yeah.
to.
I mean, black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I mean, he could run into gray at that point.
It's still not a terrible call. Like, it relies on this being black, or the bad
Yeah.
RNG is this being black.
You can just
All
save
right.
cards. I mean, there's no
That's true.
emergent problems.
That's true. I could just hang on.
Yeah,
to it.
that's
Yeah,
the right
because
play
I'm
for
gonna. I'm
sure.
just gonna
Keep
bank
your
the cards.
options. Yeah.
I'm just gonna bank the
That's a
cards,
good
so
idea.
I've got some movements next turn. All right.
All right, Elizabeth's
Flip me.
move card. It's a place a train and
it's
then move a
everything.
gray and move a brown. Yay!
All right, so do we want like a black on 7 then, or what do we
Well,
want?
we roll it.
We don't know where it's
so-
gonna go.
Oh,
But
it's
I
most
do
likely
think
to end up
black
at
is the
7.
right play.
do we decide the color after I roll?
No, you decide beforehand, I think.
That's the way I did it before because that's what made sense to me.
As the more
You could just go
difficult,
for middling
but-
speed for the safe bet and go
Oh
for
yes,
brown.
you decide the
train.
color and then you roll the die.
I would say
Black-
go
black
brown
and brown,
train.
black and brown.
Well, think because it doesn't need. It shouldn't be black. We should get them moving. So if we have safe places to move out for them.
Well, if it's black, he's not gonna move. So that means that if he goes into some place, like if he
I
had
suppose.
that black drop
I suppose
into,
that's a fair.
We'd have
I've
time to
got
plan.
a lot of
you'd have time to
cards.
All right,
plan.
that's
yeah.
fair. That's a fair
Alright.
assessment.
Black
Black.
train down.
Into 11.
The worst possible.
So-
See, now we can send them in.
Now we
Nuremberg.
can send him
There it is. I love that no matter which random thing happened, one of you was going to get proven the right choice. That's what I like about that whole thing.
Whew.
And why I stopped talking after
I hedged
that.
my bets as hard as I could so that nothing back.
So now I have to move gray.
Yep, gray. Send
And
it.
I
It's
Great.
fine.
Two.
Hey, that's perfect.
1, 2. Great.
moving brown.
All right, finally.
Which brown?
Oh,
Wait, the card is both.
That's all.
the one.
Yes,
At
and you roll for each of them.
Oh.
All right, the one at the dock.
That's weird.
What's gonna happen? Loaded.
We did it.
And the one in Nuremberg.
Drilling, taken care of.
Nice.
Oh, you're coming home.
1, 2, 3. Oh God. All right. Well,
So light here, switch here are the current problems. Oh, and switch here.
All right, does it matter
No
which
pressure.
order I do this in?
no.
I don't think so.
All right, green signal on Marseille.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's a
The
little
one
risky.
we want.
You probably
Oh
should
yeah,
take
yeah,
it.
yeah. We probably want to
take
actually
it from
take from there. Yeah.
Throw the switch at Pierre Nuremberg.
Block this one. Yeah.
Pigeons!
All right, what else was I supposed to do? I've got 2 movements and
This
throwing a
guy's
switch.
problem.
Throw a switch at whatever that city is.
Okay. How do we want to route this? Do we want to go through here or through this
I
way?
think
you've
we want to
gotta-
come up
Yeah, you want to
because there's only 2.
And then you have to reflip to get them back
That
down.
does make it so you have to reflip to come.
Coming
No.
up through this
Oh.
way.
But the other options involve
Oh,
a lot
maybe
more.
not.
A lot more. We need a lot more signals changed. It's
Yeah.
really easy to throw switches.
The green light, I suppose, is,
Is
a good
it?
enough
It's
reason.
really easy to swap greens.
but you've got to do it 3 times.
I got 3
over,
times.
over
I
there.
guess it depends on what you
At the right
Block
points in time.
partially.
But here you're going to move this, you're going to move that,
I have no
and
switch
then move
swapping
and then move it back.
and tons of greens, so I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I think it's better to come up through this way, with my turn coming up.
All right. Well, I can't speak to what Ian's holding, so I can do movement or I can finish my turn.
I can make both of those green.
But you still have to throw that switch
I can do that too.
Do you want me to move this?
before. All right.
All right. Do you want me to move this guy at all?
You still have a hanging switch here that you have not.
That one has to
resolved.
get changed, but it's
The
asking
card is
whether-
already played for it, in fact.
right. Which
All right,
way
so,
do
all
we
right,
want to
so
send
we're
it?
still we're
No,
still
no,
disagreeing.
no, both of those.
Yeah.
So I played.
She handed
green
me the
light,
card, and now we're
threw
discussing
the
how
switch,
she wants
we're
to switch
discussing,
this.
and we're so I'm. So Ian, on your turn, you were able to do what?
I have 3 greens, so
And
I
so
can
you wanna take
make it
him-
green.
Up this way
Sure.
into Nuremberg.
Right.
So you want me to open?
only-
you want me to open it this way?
Yeah. The only bad part, I mean, it's a horse apiece. It's the same amount of movement to hit this red or that red.
What? There's no red here.
Yeah, but
Switch
he's
or
gonna
the red.
smash the switch. So it's a horse apiece on what it hits.
This switch needs to get moved as well.
I can
you
do that.
So you can do the green light. You
Yeah.
can do the switch. You can green
Yeah.
light him into here. And then can you get him out this way?
Probably.
Well, and we know that's gonna stay open.
Okay.
So the only other
Ian has
option
a
would be if
plan.
you have
Where-
another switch.
Where are you
could
getting the green lights from for here and
my
here?
hand?
No, where are the tokens coming
Because you
from?
can't take it from here. You can't take it from here. The only ones you can steal are the ones.
But then you're gonna have to put it back there.
Sure.
So that's another play.
And that's only one. You need two.
I mean, it gets him through here.
But
Yeah,
Okay,
but
right
you-
away.
fast
but
train.
you need to get. But if you're
Then
gonna
I'll
send him
take it
up
from there.
You could get him through this
But-
one,
but he
and then
needs
swap
guys.
that one to here.
Not right now.
So the reason why I wanted to route the train through here is because we can throw the switches and we don't have to steal from anywhere to accomplish it.
I guess if you're gonna have to do a bunch of gymnastics, you can do 2 greens to just throw a switch, and
I mean,
probably
that's
the
fine.
same amount.
I mean,
of
It's a
work
horse
that
apiece
you're
on
gonna
what he
have to
hits.
do.
This is the
So
same
I'm just saying I
argument.
have a bunch
This
of
is the
green
same
lights
argument
that
I
we-
made about sending the other guy this way.
Yeah,
So-
which turned out to be.
Except we
wrong.
know where this one's going. There's only one city this one can go to.
So the only downside of doing it this way is if we roll, let's say we're forced to move black and he
I mean, it's the
hits
downside
the
for
signal
both.
before we can.
Yeah, it's gonna hit one or the other,
Okay.
no matter what. So it's just how do we want to route it. So fine, that's fine. I just have a bunch of cards. I'm not gonna do much on my turn then.
yeah, I mean, so
Well,
it's like the
what-
second switch throw
what
that
co-
you can use multiple green lights to
All
do
right,
if you need
why don't
to,
you
but-
just
I
throw
can,
your
I can
just
throw the second switch. I can do this.
Oh, okay.
I can just discard
Yeah.
2 to throw that switch. Now
Then
we're
you
good.
can probably
Double
pull
movement
stuff
cards
off.
feels bad though.
All right, it's my turn.
Well, we haven't been struggling to get stuff moving.
And
All right.
then remember we've got our helpers, so
Brown.
Man.
well, we have this many turns to get 6 more down.
Mm-hmm.
and we've got 1, 2, 3 on
We're
the
about to be
train.
down to only 2 tokens needed.
I kind of want to put the other black train out, but
Just
I
for
might
the
just do brown to get
power
it moving.
moves.
Kind of like brown to get it moving. Where are the risky rolls? 10. Is 10 the only bad roll? Yeah. 7. No.
Eight's
Yeah,
not
7's
great.
not
I mean,
terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
you could
8
roll
and 10
another
are the
11.
only
That
ones
would be
that are
bad.
I'm putting brown out.
No.
2 dice.
Sorry. Placement first.
2.
6.
6. Look
Okay.
at
Okay, could be worse. That's
take
our
it.
blue guy. And then we're gonna roll. That's actually a bad one
Yeah,
too.
it's not great, but-
Which one are you going to move first?
That one.
Ah,
Baby,
killing
Irish.
it.
Let's go. All right, this guy. Nailed it. Easy game.
Yeah.
Game's easy.
Easy.
Luck-based game. Hello, I'm here.
Yeah,
Alright.
play switch and signal without Ian.
All right, so
Yeah,
I can use my
fools.
green cards now. We're gonna green light Paris, so this guy doesn't bomb.
Okay.
This is safe, yes. So like we're okay to just shoot him into Nuremberg and then
Yep.
come back down after we flop that.
Yep.
We're safe until
Kinda wanna
somebody
move
spawns
gray.
a train at 11.
Kind of want to move gray, but I could also see moving black. Do we need any other green lights anywhere right now? Not really. Because that's going to
think
pause
so,
there no matter what.
yeah.
Where's
Okay.
he coming out?
He's coming all the way down,
The bag, the way he
following gray.
I think we're using all the green lights right now.
I could send gray. Do we feel okay just leaving him for card
I don't know
flops?
if you have to.
Well, the one that you
for
need to
now.
do, the one that is a critical path
Lot of
issue
moves.
is getting that black into Nuremberg so you can flip that switch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll
Yeah,
send
that's a
black.
bottleneck.
And
Send
if we
it.
roll blacks, then that's a ton of trains with
4.
clear paths that aren't even bumping each other.
4. I'm going to switch this back.
Nice.
And I'll pass turn.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to refill my hand.
We're moving blacks. All right. Boy. More trains, huh?
Yep.
I can do a lot of stuff.
So Amsterdam is
as
still
can
the
I.
hanging issue. I'm about to move blacks though, so I probably don't want to play out of black. I play out of
Could.
gray.
Could go for the ballsy move and get all the blacks out, send them to Amsterdam.
Man.
But you are soon to have you get the one Amsterdam is what you're going to have black.
Because
I mean,
all the
if
blacks
I-
are safe movement right now.
If I roll a 7, I'm so happy
Yeah.
on a black.
I mean, if you roll anything on a black,
Is
it's
that
fine.
the card you just flipped?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Unless we want to play the safe game and roll grays out, and those just don't
Right.
smash into anything.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Like
about.
just
but-
play the safe bet.
But the fact remains that we do have one
gonna
far
spawn
away
right down
token
here.
left
It's
to
gonna
get
be
with no
ridiculous.
that is
train.
not accounted for.
Yeah, no train at all.
Fine, we're going black.
Hell yeah.
Wherever you come
You
out,
got it, too.
you gotta go get it.
7.
It's gonna be a
It's gonna be a
2.
2.
Oh no! Come on! Give me that 6.
It's
oh,
a-
well, there
It's
you
just
are.
as bad.
It's got
No,
places to go.
It's at least clear. It's at least clear.
clear to
Crap.
hit this red signal.
Get
I
outta
mean, we
here.
got
Well-
tons of cards to
Yeah,
make
okay.
that happen.
I've got a
Fix
whole lot of
that.
switch throwing in my hand, so.
You're going to Amsterdam.
Well, so here would be the question: is that do you want to send that black one, this guy,
It's a spicy
to
call.
Amsterdam,
That's a spicy
and then
call.
send this guy to Nuremberg?
Yeah.
It's not a terrible play.
It's not
Kind
bad.
of.
It's not bad.
Where am I getting that other light?
Well, we
I
gotta
mean,
get
regardless,
this
you
guy
got to
outta
move all the
here.
blacks.
Gotta get him outta
Yeah,
here.
so do that first.
Nuremberg first. Great. Classic.
He's feeling fine.
Standard.
Well, which one?
It's-
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
this guy. Forgot I
Okay.
had my
Gray
new
is
friend.
sketching me out.
Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's
Slogan's
make some
stuck on the track
silly
opener.
decisions. Yuck.
This is bad.
Yeah, that's not great. Alright, I've got lights like crazy in my hand.
Nice.
I just don't have anywhere I want to pull a light from.
You can't pull them.
You can pull this one. Oh,
Nope.
you can't.
I could load him, move him, and then we're not using that for a while.
Yep.
You could pull an Amsterdam light. Nope, can't.
Nope.
Oh, but I have to decide if I want to load him first. And that just means he's going.
Do you have a switch here?
I mean, if we're not going to use this a while because we decide to move this guy up,
You could pull the green, yeah.
then I could pull the green.
Well, you could just move the nerve. Yeah, I mean, you could pull it or you could move it. Pull that to here, but like this is a mess until you get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
So we think our fastest way to get him to Amsterdam is around this corner and then up the path that's already open.
Suppose.
Doesn't matter whether he goes around this corner or around that corner. Right.
Okay.
These are the same.
Well,
so it depends on what your switch
It
configuration.
depends on whether you have this or have
You're right.
that.
If you have lights
I mean,
or switch of cards,
I'm
yeah.
probably happier regardless. Loading here, getting him out of the way, and leaving this route open.
Okay.
And then just pumping cards into this guy.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Because we know he can book it.
And this guy still needs to get.
All right,
Yeah.
we're loading him.
Eventually.
Pretty safe, though. He's pretty safe.
And then I can just get him the hell out of here right now. Yeah, let's go. You see how I even tried?
Real
And it's still-
divide among our loading capabilities.
he can just go, right? He can get out,
No.
out of my way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he can go
Yeah.
back down.
Let's get him out of the way.
That's true.
He's clear. Gray's actually
Yeah.
starting to look.
Yeah, Gray's a
1,
problem
2,
for
3,
sure.
Dicey. So I'll think about moving him too. Come on.
Big whammy. Nailed
That's
it.
the stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going home. All right. I gotta pull a green light for black, and then I'm probably gonna move gray. Brown's in a good spot.
Okay.
Let's go gray first. You're home.
Nice. Now you can pull that green from the city.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, you
you
can't
can't.
because black's
No, you
still
cannot.
coming. I mean, you could for one turn. If Gordon's got a gray in hand, or green, which he should.
And then we'll flip a card over and then we'll.
Dump my hand and just
What do you mean?
pull black home.
I mean, there's
and
no
have a
way.
light.
Yeah. Like it's got to
Fair.
save one. This one's got one safe turn.
That's the only thing I'm still worried about is this light.
Yeah.
Fine.
If we bring him home, we don't need this anymore. Is that what
Well,
you're
you
saying?
also you have this guy as free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll use that one.
It is, yeah. It's the route home for this guy in 10 years. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's better.
Well, it may not be the route home for the guy today. He can come
Depending,
right back down.
yeah.
I mean, he can come back down this way.
The
Yeah.
Luxembourg route.
Sure. That's probably it then, unless we have a switch that needs assessing soon.
Well,
Yeah,
this
that guy
this switch
eventually-
after he comes out, this switch, but this switch is
Oh,
going to
yeah,
get
yeah.
double use from him out of. So one of the problems
Could
we've
ship
got
him down that way.
is that this guy was going to come down, right? So these
Mm-hmm.
these guys are going to get clogged up in here.
Just send this out this way.
Can I pump him up this way instead?
Yeah, you could go up the. Either one could go the opposite route.
Well,
can.
Stopping in
I already
Paris
just
is
did
bad
you
for
just
him,
did
though.
that. Yeah.
I could take that back.
Stopping in
Stopping
Paris
Paris
for
is
him
the
is
only thing
good.
that's going to keep this guy from crashing into him, right?
No,
By
just send him
keeping
around the
him
outside.
In Paris?
Send him around the outside.
Okay.
Well,
Well, that's still 3 switches that need.
I have
Touching.
3 switches.
Look at their cards.
Yeah, I know.
Like I think you guys are so worried about like stuff that doesn't matter at all.
So we have
Like
this.
just decide where
We
we're
have
gonna go with
this.
it. Like we don't need to keep the same path the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a-
Like we have
it's a-
tons of resources. Look how many cards we have.
But I'm down to 2 cards, so am I stopping? I think I'm stopping. I'll let you guys worry about it. Nothing's gonna crash.
Yeah, I
Right
think you're
now.
fine. I mean, are you gonna get another turn? Is the
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get one more turn. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Look at all the moving.
Put a gray out. Slow him down.
I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's wrong.
Our problem is we keep going for fucking black trades because we want to get spicy, and then
All right. And now
Largely on your advice.
it's been good though. It's been good.
All of the tokens are accounted for as soon as the trains get to the cities they need to get to. Amsterdam's a
one?
nightmare.
Moving this guy in doesn't feel terrible, but moving this also seems fine.
well, I've got to move a color and then a color. So one of those colors can be a brown, but it can only be a brown once. So I'm going to do
Could just go black,
So
black.
which one will allow you to learn information that gives you...
black?
black because
Yeah.
it'll give me an
Yeah.
idea of what's going to clear.
You
So
probably only want to do it once.
Which one are you...
I'm going to do this guy first. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do him again. I'm sorry. This is the first round. So that's black. I'll do this guy next. 2.
Feels bad.
Haley.
Feels bad.
Christmas.
And I got to do this guy. 3.
Look at all
1,
those
2,
lights just
3.
sitting there.
That's bad.
That one's
Can't do
clear
black
at
again.
least.
We can take this
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
We don't need him back there.
I have to
Right.
do another move.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't do
It's
black.
not black.
Sounds like it shouldn't be black. All right,
mean,
so we're going
brown's
to do
safe.
a brown. I mean, it could be a gray if
Yeah,
I need
sure.
to.
Seems like a waste.
3, so I'm just going to hang on.
No, that's sketchy. Yeah.
Okay.
2 trains can be in a major city, right?
Sure.
Nope.
No.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Ooh, yeah.
If there's a train there, you're going to lose movement.
Oh, bad news.
Okay.
We could build stations. Should we build stations?
So
Let him pull through. Toss
we're
it.
gonna play this to at least get him covered.
And he's clear, but for that one
I mean, he's
switch
still gonna get
to
hit
the
by the
ghost
switch,
train.
yeah.
So these
For
2
the
trains
dam.
need to pass each other here?
Unless we go
Or
around
we
like
need to
Ian
get black.
wants.
to
What
go
if we
around.
sent?
They don't hand.
What if we sent brown to Amsterdam and sent black to Paris?
You mean don't load this one, take
Yeah.
him up? Oh, that gets him out of the way for a while.
Is that worse?
I could see that happening. The other thing is to load Paris and then just send him on the other
Backtrack?
side. Just
That's I was thinking that might be a reasonable play too. Get him out of the way and go a different route. But I also think that sending him up to Amsterdam might be okay.
we'd have to do some real careful counting of resource expenditure to see if there's a difference between those 2 strategies.
I mean, I don't care. I just want to pick one. Like that kind of stuff is not. No.
All right.
Like the game is a dice rolling game. Like
Average brown die roll.
just
Versus
do
the
on your
average
turn
black
what is
die
the best
roll.
choice and then hope the dice roll well. Like that's how this game is supposed to be played. Like
So I'm going to move this black.
fair.
Doesn't even
It's auto, yeah.
Yeah.
because
There it
that gives us that
Sure.
free signal, and it means that if we pull a black deployment, that we could deploy a
Yeah,
black
okay.
if for
Yeah,
some reason we
sure.
needed to. So I'm
It
just
could
gonna-
still
Finally
spawn
roll
at
that
7.
that we're supposed to have been rolling.
Right,
the
so
whole
I'm just going to
Someday.
get him out of the way so he's there. Then I'm going to move this signal because any way we cut it, we've got to get him out. Well, I suppose-
Assuming you don't want to go the back route.
Well, that's
I have 3.
That's what choice you have to
throw,
make.
I can throw these 3 switches.
move him back here and
I mean, I kind of like sending the brown up to Amsterdam and sending black into Paris.
I think sending Brown to Amsterdam or sending Brown on the back route is both superior to sending him into the
Yes,
head-on collision
that's
with black.
terrible.
yeah,
yeah.
sure. All right. Okay, so
So now
saying.
you or just choose send him out or send him to Amsterdam or
send him that way.
Go to
Then I'm going to throw this switch. I'm
Yeah.
going to move brown.
It's not loaded.
Yeah,
He's
going
not
to
supposed to
Amsterdam.
be. He's
Something
going
like
Amsterdam.
Oh,
that.
sorry. Yep. We
Oh.
talked about this. We talked about
Yep.
this a whole bunch.
I mean, there was 2 options.
Okay, what I need is you to just be not a 1. On the floor, it was a 1.
All right, you got that
Nice.
out.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to throw this switch
Nice.
back
Yep.
so that
Yep.
our black.
Yep.
I've got one more.
Because this is at least 2 moves.
Okay,
so-
I'm not going to not throw that switch.
okay.
I'm going to throw
The
this
closer one.
switch because that's the one that's closer.
He's going to hit it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
And I've got one more
Could save. You
Train
still get a turn.
movement.
You just
Yeah,
move
he gets
Brown
one
into
more turn.
Amsterdam. That way the movement is done.
No, because then if you have to move a brown,
Move this
Yeah,
guy
that
out of
feels
the way.
bad.
he
Good
doesn't
move, yeah.
matter. I'm going to save this in case
Save
we
it.
need it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Refill.
All right.
Flip me.
One train.
One color or one train?
Any
One color.
One color.
Oh yeah, one color. Sorry.
Black. That's the most
Black's a safe play.
efficient.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna hit anything, right?
No.
No.
All right. Yellow cargo.
3. He's in.
Look at all those signals.
Now we can move greens off of the
All
Amsterdam too.
right.
Or,
Go to
sorry,
Geneva.
Marseille.
Whew.
4 banger. Good thing you flipped that switch.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
All right.
So major problems are this, and that's it. And yeah, and moving red in and loading it is probably fine. Or sorry,
Oh,
brown.
and then you have to start. Then we have to start working on that path back.
Yep.
So
Maybe we could send him through
this
this way.
guy
or-
right here is throw the switch, pick up, and then go back the way you came.
Or come around if it's in the way. But I think going back is better because we can send him down through the same route.
This one is get in, load, and then
Come back out.
Change this. Go back the same way.
Yeah. I mean, we want him to come
Probably.
down this way.
Okay.
I have a lot of movement, and yeah, I can do
I
a
can
bunch
throw
of shit.
3 switches.
I have a ton of movement, but no switches.
Yeah. If we can even get to your turn again.
Right.
That's the sketchy part, is
Right.
like,
So if the route is clear by the time it gets to me, I've
you
got
can
lots of
chug 'em
movement.
down. I have a lot of
Alright.
I
movement
haven't
right
used
now,
any
so
of these right now.
Yeah.
So.
if you can get to loading, Elizabeth,
I'm
I
gonna-
can move some stuff.
All right. So
Theoretically.
let's see if I can. I can probably load. All right. So if I throw or black throw the switch, and then if I do movement, I would be able to get him in, and then I can spend to load. Is what I can do for black.
Cool.
Okay.
For
Okay.
brown, I can do movement and I can load, and then I'll have probably more leftover cards. Seems
Either one is fine. This is the biggest problem.
okay.
If we have to, we can use our good friend
Okay,
here to
so
stop a train from
I'm gonna
hitting.
throw this switch, and then I'm gonna move.
Yeah, getting black past.
Yeah,
that
it's
switch is
just a
big.
more dangerous situation.
Okay, he's in.
He's in. And then I've got a green light and 2 switches, so I can discard to load.
You need to load Paris.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
load Paris. Does anybody care if what I do afterward?
No.
Because
I kind of like getting another green light into here. That
Okay.
way, if we need to send red out a different
So
way,
I
we
discard
can.
1 to load.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Leave it.
I can steal. Is there anywhere I actually can steal from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want that green light over there? Do we need?
I like it as a safety measure.
This is a really straight
That's what I'm
shot. It
saying.
needs 2 green lights though.
I have
you
that.
can come through here with a switch.
That's
but
true. Yeah.
Well, then you
Yeah.
don't need this.
But I like having it as a safety measure. But I don't know.
Am I gonna have another
Also,
turn?
not having brown loaded feels bad too. But what do you have in your hands still?
I can discard these 2 to get him into Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Cause
Nah,
so we can see
nah.
that sending Black Paris, this switch needs to be
Oh
thrown.
yeah, I need to throw that. I need to do that.
and then
Because if he rolls a 5.
and then they can just come. Black can go front, and then
Yeah, because we know black will
so
go out
we're
first,
gonna
and
leave
we
then
start
brown.
brown.
Yeah,
1,
okay.
2, 3,
And 10 brown
4.
after. So.
I need to throw
yeah,
the switch.
Yeah,
throw
okay.
that switch.
Sounds
Throwing
good.
that
I
switch.
like that.
And then all we have to do for brown is throw one more switch, and
Yeah.
it can come same
And it's
route.
safe for this flip because it's got to move in first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Discard and refill.
Okay. Oh. Speaking of brown,
3, 4, 5. 1
he
card's
moves
left in the
I
deck.
don't need to roll it.
I'm gonna. If you go,
I
give
mean,
me
you-
that. I will shuffle them. If you give me that, I'll shuffle them for you.
All right, I can do a bunch of stuff.
All right.
So, step 1 is get black on the route to get him out of brown's way.
Yep.
All right. 3. Okay. Step 2, flip the switch.
Yeah.
How many switch flips in total are required?
Discard.
Yes! We're gonna get it home!
Don't knock that over. We lose the card.
Fred, hold this rope.
So now the question is do I just want to get black trucking, or do I want to start moving the brown?
A little bit of both.
We'll start with black then.
Yep.
Get it farther out of the way. 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll go brown.
No!
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
The cargo.
This isn't Tinder Blacks here.
I mean, we don't care about anything else, right?
No, we're just
Alright.
booking it, man.
Brown. 3. 3. Pass turn.
I didn't draw up at the end of my last turn. Deal me 5.
Changes the entire game plan.
Yeah. The second time for sure that someone has drawn before the previous person.
Oh,
drew their
God.
Cards.
I wish this was last turn. I picked up 4 move trading cards. Feels bad.
Every
Anyway,
single hand that I've had has been evenly balanced. It's really unusual.
I'm gonna throw out a gray somewhere that they can go forever.
You gotta roll dice.
So, well,
It's great for
Yeah.
sure, though.
7.
4.
where's that 7?
Nice.
All right, he can go a little.
Well, if it
easier.
had landed there, we would have lost 2 more times.
It's nice to not care about gray totally.
Brown's going 3. Black's going 3.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no.
Black first.
Nope.
Oh,
I have
brown.
to do them in order.
Well, we lose
2.
Yeah, it's gonna come right down to it. All right. Well, we'll move black. Get him out of the way. Is that all I had to do?
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
He's in.
You're home.
Drop
Drop those goods.
Toot toot.
Dude. Brown. Whoa.
Game's easy.
And I mean, I guess for the bragging rights of having done it in as few turns as possible, I'll just
All
discard
right.
2. Bring them home.
Nice.
Dunsies.
Hey,
That's
look at
really
that.
We did it.
We did it.
Guys,
We're
we
the
didn't use
best.
any special help
conductor.
at all.
Need it.
No.
Don't
Oh.
even need it.
We had resources
I
to
suppose
spare.
we could have done it if our time was really desperate at the end right there to not move and bump,
Yeah.
but so it goes. Wow, look at the brains on us.
Yep.
We had so many fewer trains active than the previous game that I played.
We dropped one really fast from Berlin.
Yeah, well, and it was. Oh yeah, so here was a double drop,
Yeah, triple move.
and
for some
another
scary
yeah.
cards.
So
I mean, the trick is to just play around the black trains. Like, that's what I feel like. As long as you don't smash into each other and you
That's the-
coordinate right, the
that's
black
the
trains
problem,
just
though.
turn in stuff so
Well,
fast.
It was good, like, use of the same routes over and over again is what got us
Yeah.
there in the end, I think. So.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Thank you so much for joining us for our playthrough of Switch and Signal today. We're going to jump right into our takeaways video, so you can hop over there to see what we thought of it, how many people we think this is great for, what sort of groups, and so on and so forth. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week for another playthrough.